Hey there riders, Motojournokris here, and Honda have just announced their 2021 500 models overnight, so I thought I'd take a look at what's new for 2021 with the CB500F, CBR500R and the CB500X all receiving a pretty decent overhaul in 2019, and that's reflected in no significant changes for the new year model. The big piece of news is that the 2021 models will be Euro 5 compliant, a much stricter emissions requirement, but luckily we're not seeing performance suffer as a result, with the Honda 500s continuing to offer 35 kilowatts or 47 horsepower and 43 newton meters of torque, peaking in the same areas of the rev range. That does suggest Honda have kept these bikes tuned for the A2 or LAMS restricted market, where they could possibly have boosted performance further if that wasn't a limitation, but it is good to see that the 2019 performance update hasn't been stepped back by the new regulation. An interesting point Honda did mention is that their 500 models are approaching the 100,000 units sold mark since being released in 2013, with 92,000 already going out dealer doors. If sales stay steady, they'll break the 100k mark sometime in the next year. Another interesting snippet out of Honda, at least for Europe, is that 46% of CB500F buyers have been new riders, with 29% for the sportier CBR500R. Now in comparison, the CB500X adventure machine is overwhelmingly bought by experienced riders, 90% in fact according to their research, which speaks to the ongoing popularity of the adventure segment, but also the abilities of the CB500X. The CB500F is the biggest seller of the trio in Europe too, at almost 50%, followed by the CB500X at 33% and the CBR500R at just 18%. I always thought the racy CBR was the looker in the bunch myself, but naked bikes and adventure machines are certainly on the rise generally speaking. Now Honda mentioned new colours, but this is specific to the CB500F, with the Grand Prix red and matte gunpowder black metallic options being joined by a candy Caribbean blue sea option, as well as a candy moon glow yellow. As a quick rundown, the CB500F is the naked bike option as I mentioned, so a roadster with no fairings. It also features more futuristic and angular styling, unlike the other CB options like the 300R, 650R and 1000R, which are neo-retro in comparison. Performance on the parallel twin is unchanged according to Honda, and the benefit of the 500 is more torque overall, available lower than the 400 competition, and a less revvy overall nature. A slip and assist clutch was also added in 2019, and that continues in the newest models. A low seat height of 785mm is also inviting to new riders, with a curb weight, fueled and ready to go of 189 kilos, with a 17 litre fuel capacity. 41mm forks are preload adjustable, with a preload adjustable monoshock as well, and cast 17-inch wheels are found at each end. A single wave disc brake is also fitted to each end, with a 320mm front with 2-piston caliper and a 240mm rear with a single piston caliper, and dual channel ABS is standard. Naturally, with no fairings, wind protection is limited, but you do get an LCD dash with gear position indicator and shift light, while all lighting is LED, including the indicators. Traditionally, the CB500F is also the least expensive of the trio, which probably assists with its popularity. In comparison, the CBR500R is race-styled with full fairings and clip-on handlebars, which offer a more aggressive seating position and overall ergonomic on this bike, and there's no new colours for 2021. Weight is up to 192 kilos, with riders usually paying a slight premium for the fairings, which is about $400 here in Australia, on the MLP anyway. The CB500X on the other hand offers some more significant differences, naturally being more adventure orientated, and with that starting with a larger 19-inch front wheel running a 110/80 tyre with dual purpose tyres fitted as standard, plus a slightly larger 17.5 litre fuel tank. Caster angle is also up to 27.5 degrees, while trail is up to 108 mils, with a curb weight of 197 kilos and seat height significantly higher at 830 mils. You do get 180mm of ground clearance as a result, 50 up on the CBR500R and 35 up on the 500F. Honda also boasts longer travel suspension for the X, which is up to 136mm on the front and 135 on the rear compared to the more road-orientated R and F models. Wheels do remain cast units, and the CB500X does demand a slight premium over the 500F, placing it closer to the CBR500R in price. So unless you're incredibly environmentally conscious, the big change for 2021 is the new colours available for the CB500F, with everything remaining pretty similar otherwise. Unlike Europe, some markets aren't pushing straight for Euro 5, with 4 still being the standard, so this may also impact who gets what internationally. But that's a quick look at the 2021 announcement, with these bikes to be available in fall in Europe. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to sub, hit that notification bell, or leave a comment. And as always, stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.